Welcome to episode 14 of the Igloo. I'm actually introduce the Igloo properly for once because I always rush into it. So, hello, I'm Nick. I'm the guy who speaks on the show here. This is the Igloo, my little podcast TED Talk thing. TED Talk is the worst fucking thing I've ever called it. I've already fucked up 10 times worse than what I normally fuck up. I'm so pissed that I called it a TED Talk. I'm actually so mad. This is genuine anger. I have never disrespected myself worse than this now. I'm so mad. I'm actually so mad. I'm gonna pretend I did say that. My name's Nick, Greek on Nick. You can call me Nick. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old and returning, welcome back. This is my little show, not a TED Talk. Fuck TED Talks. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I can't believe I just said that. Oh, that's the worst. Um, God, I'm generally so mad. It's episode 14 of the Igloo. Currently, it's 4:07 in the morning, December 8th. The Game Awards ended a couple hours ago. I had time to talk to my friends about it, so I'm dedicating this episode of the Game Awards to this episode of the Game Awards. Fucking, I'm messing everything up now. I'm so distraught over calling it a TED Talk. Um, this is my the Igloo episode that's dedicated to fucking the Funny Game Awards. That's what it is. I'm so bad. Let's just get into this because I'm so pissed. I wanted this. I've disappointed myself. My entire family tree is probably boiling, knowing that I compared something to a TED Talk. Ain't nothing worse than a TED Talk, and my show is worse than most shit. But TED Talks are fucking garbage. Okay, now that the TED Talk rant slash annoying fuck up is over, let's get into this. Game Awards, they were really good. I very much enjoyed the Game Awards. I sat there with some buddies of mine. I actually even had a friend who was at work, who was coming home from work, and just listening to us shit our pants over how good it was. And I will say, compared to other Game Awards, I had a great time. Normally the Game Awards are really mid and not really that good, but I had a good time. I had a good time. I thought this was very good. I sat there and I watched it with the buddies of mine, and we had a good time. We saw a lot of good games at the very beginning. It was so strong at the beginning. I was so surprised. I'll be honest with you. That had the strongest beginning, I would say, in any Game Awards. First of all, I can speak for myself. They revealed the first ever, never happened before, God of War DLC. That's huge, and it's free. Which I was like, whoa, I like free. If it's for free, it's for me. But more God of War threw me off completely. I did not expect to get more God of War. I thought it would be New Game Plus and then silence for the next 5 years. I was completely wrong. New God of War, it's just there. And I said New God of War, but New God of War game mode, and it's a horde mode. It's a roguelike, I think it would be called. Yeah, roguelike. You guys don't know how happy I am. You guys have seen me play a lot of roguelikes on here. I played Have a Nice Death. I played Dead Cells. Dead Cells announced a new game too. That was really cool. I'm not gonna say spoiler, by the way. I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning, but I'm not gonna say spoiler because it is the fucking Game Awards. There is nothing to spoil here. There's no plot. There's no nothing like that. Unless you want to watch it, I guess. For yourself. But if you're worried about spoilers for the Game Awards, I guess leave. If you're that worried, but honestly, it's the Game Awards. I'm not gonna be spoiling plot or anything like that. At least I don't think I will be. Try not to. If I do, if I fuck up, my apologies. But don't worry about plot if you're worried about that shit. I'm not gonna spoil any plot. I know how it feels to get ruined the story and shit. But yeah, it's let's just keep going. If you're worried about it, please don't. There are worse things to be worried about. But anyway, Game Awards, really good. Actually, really fucking good. I had a great time. I sat there, like I said, with my buddies, and we watched the whole thing, start to finish. We got there 30 minutes early, funny enough. We watched the pre-show, everything. It was so good. And, unfortunately, we did a bingo chart. We did a bingo chart. I don't have a picture of it, because I don't want to pull it up, and I don't like editing for this, because that's stupid, and I'm not going to edit for this, but we had a bingo chart, and it was really funny. Funny enough, one of them is Nick in the audience, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's me! That's me!" I was not in the audience for context, but I was watching it on Twitch, so we gave that was our freebie. The middle of the board for bingo. You always get that freebie. I was the freebie because there's Nick in the crowd, and I was like, "Yo, that's me! I'm Nick!" I was like, "That's so cool." But yeah, it was really goofy, so we did that one. There was also another one about the... What else was there? Fucking... I'm trying to think of some other shit that we did for it. We didn't make this one, by the way. This is someone we found online. Like, one of my friends was on Twitter and was like, hey, let's use this. And I'm like, oh my god, of course I will. Oh, I did use the picture. You know what? I'll do this real quick. This is worth it. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up on the screen for y'all. So I had this cool picture of I'm gonna type it in real quick because I haven't saved it on my computer. It's a picture of Kirby with a giant underbite and a bunch of other Kirby characters, right? And I made that the picture for the thing. There it is. You know what? I'll even keep this on the screen for this entire thing. How's that sound? Can I turn this the other way? There we go. We'll put this in the bottom right, like left corner. Yeah, left corner. I was gonna put in the right, the little ice cube guys there. Still don't have a name for him. I think we'll just call him Cube. We'll call him Kevin, just like Fortnite. Good job, Nick. You did a good deed today. But oh my god, it was just so good. It was so good. We were using those things to check off if we had a bingo thing. So like if we got one right, such as the freebie with my name, we put that picture over it, and I kept updating that as it went. But we didn't get a bingo. We had two spots we could have got a bingo at. The two spots that we could have got the bingo at, one we knew wasn't going to happen, and the other one we were surprised didn't happen. I believe it was the top right one. It was the last one we needed for the top right. It was, I believe, yeah, it was a joke one that was basically just a random celebrity that appears to give out a game award that clearly doesn't play video games. Or has never played a video game. That's what it was. Never played a video game. But everyone that showed up we looked into has history with video games. Particularly everyone, even when they showed up on stage, they talked about what games they played. When they're like, I'm still not like, you know, they would admit they're not a modern gamer. They don't actively play games. But, like, that's the thing. We count all games. So if they have History 2 games, which they mentioned their history. We guys talk about, like, the Atari and shit like that. So no one showed up that, like, didn't play games at least once in their life. Everyone has history to games, which is cool because we love gamers. We love gamers. The gamers are the gamers, and it was so disappointing because we almost had a bingo there, and then the other one we knew we weren't gonna get that one. we knew we weren't gonna get that one. For context, all it was a when the Game Awards address the current layoffs, such as at Bungie and a bunch of other places like Epic and everything, but they weren't gonna do that. We knew they weren't gonna do it. Like, we had no hopes. We didn't make this again, by the way. We didn't make this thing. We kind of just did it as a goof that we're like, it'd be funny if they actually talked about it, but no. I said we did it, but, like, we acknowledged it, and we're like, yeah, you know, maybe they will. Nah. They didn't talk about it. They weren't gonna talk about it. Everyone knew that, though. If you actually thought they were going to do that, you're delusional. I'll be honest with you, you're delusional. You think the Game Awards, Mr. Jeff is going to risk the Game Awards? This guy's been doing this for 9 years now. Next year, 10 years. He literally, like, talked about the end of the Game Awards. This is all fresh information in my head, by the way, so a lot of this is going to be, like, coming, like I have my notes, obviously. Like, I always keep my notes of, like my little note things, but this is all fresh from the head. I just saw this, like, not too long ago. Like, it's been a couple hours, obviously, like, since it ended, but, you know, we took some time to talk about it, me and the buddies, and, yeah. I think that's it for, like, the big bulk talk about the Game Awards, because I have, like, individual topics now that I have, particularly pulled up right now that I would like to talk about. Particularly, one of the big ones is, whatchamacallit? Oh, it's right here. My brain, like, forgot I had a list. The Kratos roast. I don't remember his name. He's such a good actor. He plays Kratos. I wish I could remember it. I'm horrible with names. But the guy who plays Kratos gunned for Call of Duty at the beginning. Let me tell you, he went for their neck. He was like, he literally said, word for word, bar for bar. I'm probably gonna fuck it up, so probably not word for word, bar for bar. Fucked up bar for bar, let's say that much. No, if you're, like, something about his speech. I can't remember. I literally was gonna say word for word, bar for bar, and I can't remember the beginning of it. He basically said, like, about his speech, because for context, I believe he has the longest speech ever now for a reward. Yeah, he had the longest speech ever for an award or something. It was like 7 minutes and 59 seconds, I believe. It's almost 8 minutes. And he calls out Call of Duty for his speech being longer than the newest Call of Duty's campaign. Which is wild. Obviously, he's being hyperbole. He's not actually being serious about that, you know. about it being like longer. The joke is the new Call of Duty sucks and the campaign is very short, and they charge $70 for it. So he came out swinging. The guy won the fucking. He didn't win Game of the Year. He unfortunately didn't win Game of the Year, but Elden Ring was amazing. I'm not gonna act like he lost to some garbage. He lost to an amazing game. I have 7 characters in Elden Ring now. I play that game a lot. I can tell you, I can vouch as I'm a dedicated Elden Ring player, waiting for the DLC, which unfortunately didn't show up there in the thing. Unfortunately, a little tangent here. I was a bit disappointed in 3 things. 2 things actually. We'll say 2 things. I can't remember the third thing, but I had a third thing. Really disappointed. Silk Song didn't show up again. I know it wasn't going to, because it just wasn't. It just wasn't going to show up. Unfortunately, I had a strong feeling it wasn't going to be there. Knew that wasn't going to be there, but I had a okay chance of Elden Ring being there, which it wasn't either. But it's because they were in the crowd. They were in the crowd for it. But I'm pretty sure it was purely because of Armored Core. I believe the guys who work on Elden Ring also worked on Armored Core 6 in particular. So, yeah, I should have known, but also, it'd been cool. You know, cool would have been. Would have been cool. I would have liked that. But no, it happens. You're not gonna get everything you want. Or anything you want sometimes. I won. I got God of War DLC, like I talked about. Got God of War DLC. So happy. At least I think I talked about that. I was ranting about this so much with my friends that I was so hyped about God of War, but I don't even know if I talked about that. God of War is getting DLC. If I didn't already say that, I won't go too much in detail about it because, I feel like I already talked about it, and I've already ranted so much about it, I really don't want to. You can watch the trailers if you want to look into it. Just watch the trailers. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. So many trailers. But, I guess we can go to the next thing. That basically all it was about. His name's Christopher Judge. I just remember Christopher Judge. Guy who plays Kratos. Great guy. Love him. Great actor. Love Christopher Judge. He's a great guy. I guess actually a little thing real quick. You may be wondering what I'm building in Minecraft. It is a house. I wanted to build a house in Minecraft for a Pixelmon world to be joining soon, which is officially happening this Saturday. So this comes out Friday, and I'm recording this on Friday. This comes out literally tomorrow, funny enough. So I wanted to build the house before it goes live, so I have something to work with when it does go live. So I say something to work with, but it's more just I'm using Lightmatica so that I can actually have a schematic and copy it when I actually do it. I'm still looking at the building and gathering materials, but I would like it all sculpted out so I'm not trial and erroring like a moron for a couple hours. I can just do it in creative and it's so much better. But there's that. There is also the next topic on the list, which is Clash of Clans made it. You guys know I love Clash of Clans. I love Clash of Clans. I was so happy about this. This made me so happy. Clash of Clans did not win an award. I should point that out real quick. Clash of Clans did not win an award. But Clash of Clans was there. Clash of Clans was there, and it showed up on the big fucking circle ball in, was it Vegas? I think it was Vegas, something like that. It's the big ball they advertise shit on. And they were advertising mobile gaming. And Clash of Clans was there. And I was so happy. So happy. I love Clash of Clans. They had the Barbarian, the Archer, and the Wizard, and he went Wizard like he does in the game, and it's so cool. I was generally so happy. I'm a happy guru. I had such a good time during the Game Awards. It's just so good. They went the break and they showed Clash of Clans. It was so cool. It was official too. It wasn't even like a Twitch ad. That was like an official Game Awards ad. Such a good time to advertise too, because Town Hall 16 is right around the corner. It's coming out this month. I'm so happy. It was so good. I literally, God, I was so happy. I'm such a happy goober right now. I am the happiest. That song, I'm So Happy? What is it? Pharrell Williams? That's me right now. I am the happiest goober alive. It was so cool though. They didn't show anything new, honestly. I say anything new, but I guess the new people maybe. But it really was just a hey, Clash of Clans type ad, and it was nice. I loved it. I appreciated it. I appreciated seeing some representation for Clash of Clans, saying that I still stand by this. It's the best phone game, and now it's on PC. You can play it on PC on the Google Play Games beta, I believe it is. I'm not sponsored or anything, but it's just so good. I'm not sponsored about any of this, by the way. I should mention. I'm not sponsored at all. I'm just a big fan of what's going on, and I'm talking about it because I'm Nick, and I talk about what I want to talk about. I'm so good though. I was so happy. But yeah, I guess that's it for that topic. There wasn't really much to talk about Clash of Clans. I guess a little bit about what's going on in Clash right now. Funny enough, actually, I could pull up my Clash account and let you guys know what I'm doing in Clash, because your boy loves Clash. Your favorite gamer, Penguin Nick, loves Clash. In particular, pulled up here. Yep, there we go. I have been playing Clash a lot lately. Particularly, I have been going crazy on it. To be exact, I have been upgrading a lot. I'm taking advantage of Hammer Jam, which if you don't play Clash, or if you play Clash and you don't know what Hammer Jam is and you just didn't notice it, there's currently an event that everything is 50% off for not money wise in game. I mean like as your gold elixir and all that shit. So in game currency for 2 more days. Take advantage of it. If anything, if you're where I am at, I'm at Town Hall 14. Upgrade your walls for the love of God. It is so worth it. Especially because the new Town Hall is coming out soon. But we're probably not going to reach it if you're at my Town Hall. You got to wait a little bit more. But if you're Town Hall 15, probably got a good shot of it. I'm getting there. But I've been upgrading. I actually... Okay, another little thing about Clash. Then I'll start about the next topic. Because I know we talk about Clash so much on this podcast. But, guys, I'm officially a sweat. I don't... I joke around I'm a sweat. But I realize that I actually might just be a sweat now. Which is so gross. But... I'm a sweat now at Clash. I made it to the Legend League, which Legend League is the highest league in the game. It takes 5,000 trophies to get there in a normal base, and it's where the game changes so much in terms of you only get 7 attacks every 24 hours, I believe. Yep, every 24 hours you get 7 attacks. I'm not proud of it. I am proud of it. I'll be honest with you, I am proud of it. I like Clash, but it's so gross. I'll be honest with you, it's so gross. I love Clash, but I never thought I would get this far in terms of being like a sweat. I just enjoy it. I just enjoy it so much. Like, you know, like you play your game, you enjoy it, you have fun. I have a good time. I enjoy it. I just never thought that I would get this far in terms of Legend. I actually appear in the top, I think 6,000. Yeah, I'll scroll real quick just so I can let you know. I can get the exact like I can give you the exact number for global. Where I am globally, I am 4,867 globally in the world. I'm not proud of it, but I am Nick, and I'm very happy. Because I have made it a lot farther than I ever thought I would. And I guess locally, I actually haven't checked my local one. 4,886. Is that the same? 4,886. I'm a little lower in the local one, but it's fine. I shouldn't be complaining. I am at a sweaty ass level. And yeah, it happened. I never thought it would. I never intended to, but it happened. I made it to the sweat levels. It's so greasy up here being a sweat, but what can you do? I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I just feel gross. I feel gross, and I want to put it out there that I'm out here because you know it's still cool, even though I feel gross. Also, I killed the chunk. Um. Okay. Got a little distracted there about Clash because you know I love Clash, but next topic. Next topic very much disappoints me. I do not own a PS5. I've told this story before that I ordered a PS5, got it during the original pre-orders when they were going live, and they got fucked over. I'll explain this a little bit just to go into a little detail about it, but basically pre-ordered it, wait until it came out. When everyone was getting theirs, I didn't get mine, and I questioned why am I not getting mine. When I questioned it, I called them, they looked into it, they said mine was stolen, looked into it, got another one, because they said fuck it, we'll just give you another one. Did it again, didn't make it to my house again, and it happened 3 times, so they kept running investigations that last all the way to December. And by December, I said, let me keep my money. And you might think this is a sad story, because I never got my PS5, even though I tried to. It all worked out, because I eventually built a PC, which is 10 times better, because, you know, I'm on PC right now, and I'm very happy. But there were a couple of reasons why I wanted to get a PS5, particularly the PS5 has cool games that I like. I'm a PlayStation fan. I like Spider-Man. I like God of War. I like the Wolverine game coming out. There are a lot of stuff on there that I fuck with. I wanted to play Demon Souls. I wanted to play all the exclusives they got, because I like exclusives. I like the exclusives they got. I fuck with the games. But didn't work out. And one day I think I will buy a PS5. Probably when they drop the PS5 Pro, if I'm being honest with you, but I'll wait a little bit. But one of the reasons I wanted it was for Spider-Man, because I heard it was exclusive, and I couldn't play it, unfortunately. And yeah, that's the sad part of the story. And unfortunately, this is sad for the people who made Spider-Man. I feel so bad for them, because I feel like they were invited just to be made fun of. I knew they were not winning Game of the Year, by the way. This is not a Spider-Man fanboy here, defending Spider-Man with their life, even though they didn't deserve the award. They could have, obviously. They could have got the award, but, I don't believe they deserved it over other games that were there. Even even though I think that some shouldn't even been nominated. Mario Wonder! But, whatever. Either way. They invited them, nominated them for 7 awards, just for them to lose all 7. They got Psychonauted. If you never heard of what Psychonauts is, Psychonauts is a really good game that also had the same treatment, but wow. I didn't expect that to happen to Spider-Man. This is Spider-Man we're talking about. This isn't, like, sure, like, Psychonauts is great and all, but this is Spider-Man. And that game's good. I actually watched a friend of mine play the whole game, which is why I could speak about it so freely, because usually I don't like to talk about games unless I've actually played it myself. But, I watched my friend play that game from start to finish, and it was really good. Very good. If anything, amazing. I don't even think I would be exaggerating that. I love the story, but I know why it didn't win a lot of awards. It didn't win purely for the fact that it's not that there was some agenda against Marvel. I know people have been talking about that on Twitter. It's not what it is. It's nothing like that. It's not bullshit or like other games being even better, honestly. It is purely for the fact that this game probably shouldn't even been nominated, if I'm being honest with you. Let me explain for all the Spider-Man fans that claw me to death. It's good. It's really good. Everything that was in the first game is perfected. In every way. And the story, it's good too. But, you see, just because something's better doesn't mean that it's, like, out of this world. They fixed things. They added things. But they didn't add enough to call a, I don't know even what to call it, I guess. It wasn't out of this world. The story, while good, was not groundbreaking. I would argue it was still better than Tears of the Kingdom, because I personally think Tears of the Kingdom is mid after playing the whole thing. And I love Breath of the Wild still. I fucking love Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom wasn't that good. That's not the point of this. I don't want to start a war between the two games. That's not my goal here, but I had to bring it up just for context. And yeah, I know why I didn't win, but it felt so disrespectful for it to get invited, just for it to lose everything. Especially because it isn't a bad game. It didn't win one thing. And it was up against some juggernauts this year. This is probably worse. I would argue what happened to Spider-Man is worse than what happened to Horizon Zero Dawn. I could say that with a straight face. What happened to Horizon Zero Dawn was a travesty. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you don't even know, if I don't even know if people even know what the fuck it is, Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West keeps getting put in the worst fucking circle. That they keep dropping their games when bangers are coming out. I mean, bangers. Some, like, God-tier games, like, holy moly level. I'm talking about, like, these are the big boys. These are the big boys right here we're talking about. And, yeah, they keep dropping them. Every time the big boys are out to play. You're not gonna, like, it's a good game. Like, Horizon's a good game. I fuck with Horizon. I played Horizon. But it's not going up against the big boys. You got, like, it was up against Alan Wake 2. I can't stop hearing about how good that game is. Fucking Baldur's Gate. That game was winning Game of the Year, even if you fucking, like, I don't know, we're in, like, the biggest copium. You could be, like, stuck in the arm with a needle that literally forced you to believe that game could somehow lose. And you would still, like, break free from it and say, yeah, it's gonna win. Like, Baldur's Gate was going to win no matter what. That game is groundbreaking. I hadn't even played it. And it's fucking amazing. If anything, it deserves Game of the Year, saying that it was a game that came out that was finished. No, rare that is these days. A game to come out finished with bugs that you don't even hear about, because the bugs are so minuscule, no one gives a shit about the bugs. That's crazy. That's creepy. A game came out finished. I don't think enough people are talking about that, honestly. I'm gonna be the voice here for a second. And let you know, a game coming out finished these days without any bugs, or at least notable bugs. That's creepy. That's real creepy. That generally made me scared hearing that a game came out finished. That gives me chills. But, unfortunately, it didn't win any awards. I felt so bad, particularly. I felt that the guy who plays Spider-Man put so much effort into like what he was doing. When I heard him yelling and shit, looking for Craven, it was wild. It was so wild how good he was. That guy learned like I think it was psychopathic tendencies. Like he like basically went to like psych wards and shit, to my knowledge, to learn how like people get like that when they have like whatever the fuck. There's a whole video on it about like what he did to get to where he was, and I'm honestly a bit sad about that. Obviously, the people spoke. People are right. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. And yeah, I'm not mad. I'm just a bit disappointed because I at least would like to. I like to see that game at least one award, but obviously it got Horizon and Psychonauted, so it's whatever. Um, and obviously every game that won the awards they got probably deserved it, except for Tears of the Kingdom. I will die on that hill. Tears of the Kingdom is not worth it. If anything, the new Mario game was better than that shit. I will say that with a straight face. I'm gonna leave it there because I'm gonna start a war if I keep talking about this. But next one, the winner. I already talked about it a little bit, so I kind of teased it, but Baldur's Gate 3 won. And wow, it deserved it. Let me tell you, I have heard nothing but good things about this game. This is another game. Like, I say another game. This is the game I was using as an example, funny enough. This is this is the big thing I keep holding over people. It came out finished. Nothing you had to pay for afterwards. No promises that weren't broken that are now going to be put into either seasons or DLC. It came out with everything they talked about. Better than what people expected. And with more. That is so creepy. To say that that's a thing that can happen. Because that isn't... Honestly, that's just amazing. I think it's a $60 game. If I had to check right now, I will pull up Steam right now just to fact check myself. I believe it's 60. At least I believe it is. I could be wrong. Fuck it, I'm checking and pulling up Steam. I want to know. I want to be right. I want to be correct about my guesstimate. I want to see if I'm right about it. Let me look it up. Baldur's. It's $60. That's amazing. That is amazing. A $60 game that came out finished. There are $70 games that are coming out finished. $70 fucking dollars. That is a lot of money. You might think, oh, that's only $10 more, Nick. How is that so much worse than $60? You got to think about the tax and shit. And some games charge you for DLC. So like, look at it like this. Imagine if you paid for Baldur's Gate, right? You paid for Baldur's Gate, $70. Okay, that's a bit pricey. You know, I'm not a bit of a greedy shit. So, you know, I don't like to pay for things that get too expensive. That's just me. But either way, if they charge for that game, plus I don't know, like $40 DLC like Destiny does, I'm gonna call it Destiny here. Fuck you all. Destiny shouldn't even been nominated. I fucking love Destiny. I've already ranted about how much I love Destiny, but how big fucking horrible company they are for the last fucking couple of years, especially recently with the layoffs. Fuck them. But yeah, I just them showing up there pissed me off. Them showing up, having the nerve to show up, the audacity, the show up. People are like, we have the best live service game. Suck my dick if you think that way. You're wrong. I usually do the joke about like, it's okay to be wrong. It's fine. Everyone's wrong every once in a while. No, you are wrong. You have a wrong opinion if you think that. I'm sorry. That's something like brain damage opinion. Like I'm gonna go on a whole rant about this if I keep going, but yeah. Baldur's Gate 1, well deserved. Well deserved. Same, if anything, better quality than Elden Ring. And I love Elden Ring. I have not played Baldur's Gate, so I don't know if it plays better or if I would enjoy it more, but what I've heard from what I've seen people play, oh my lord. It is amazing. And I will definitely be getting in the future. That has the Nick recommendation before I even played it. Either way, though. Next thing, this is a goofball one that I drew in here because I thought it was funny, but also, like, really interesting, because it's like, huh, he really was there. You don't know who I'm talking about. The kid who crashed the Game Awards was there this year. He was there, in the crowd. If you may be thinking, like, what's the big deal about that, Nick? Who gives a fuck? He went to the Game Awards after, like, you know, getting kicked out and banned. Yeah, but you didn't know that part. He was kicked out and banned from ever showing up to the Game Awards again and he showed up and tweeted it. A little side note actually about this. I saw a meme about this before I actually went like to record this. That's literally just Jeff Keighley. It's the Spider-Man meme from the new Spider-Man movie when Miguel O'Hara is like looking for Miguel, and it's literally just him like running through the walls, cutting the doors open and shit, being like, "Where is he?" It's just Jeff Keighley looking for the Elden Ring kid, and it's like, holy shit, it's really funny. It made me laugh. I'm not gonna hold you. That shit was funny. That was a good meme. That was really goofy. I had a good time with that meme. That shit made me laugh. But yeah, he was there and he wasn't supposed to be there. And the entire time, funny enough, my friend was at work, closing up for the day, leaving work, going home, gonna lay down and play the funny game. With an ear infection at all, this motherfucker spots him in the crowd on his phone while cleaning out his job. And I'm like, what the fuck? How do you notice him? And it was him. Because at the end of it, we saw the tweet that he confirmed he was there. And it was like, what the fuck? If anything, the crazier thing is that he spotted him while being, like, super sick. And also, like, I guess not super sick, ear infection. But, ear infections are bad. No one likes ear infection. But he spotted him and he was there. And I was like, oh, wow, he's there. Is he going to do it again? And then, like, as we were watching, we're like, he ain't getting through that. Because you may have noticed this time at the Game Awards. This year at the Game Awards, there were bodyguards blocking both sides. You had built motherfuckers, like fucking, like, I don't even know what to compare them to. You had fucking Dwayne The Rock Johnsons on both sides defending this place. My friend of mine, right, I won't say names because I don't like to call people out for anything, even if it's, like, funny or not, does not matter. My friend compared this to how, like, it's such an exaggeration, but he's so right. It's like 9/11, and how, like, during 9/11, there really was no security for a bunch of stuff like that for planes. There was, like, minimum security at most. But until 9/11, there wasn't much security until, like, before things happened. And it's literally, this is like the video game equivalent. Such a downgrade. Nothing compared to the tragedy. It cannot compare to it in any way. I'm not trying to compare it. It's just, I'm just quoting, if anything. But, he compared it to that as in, no one ever thought we would need bodyguards at the Game Awards. Because of a fucking kid who stormed the stage in Elden Ring to say some shit about Bill Clinton. It's like, no one ever saw that coming. That's such a out of this world type thing to happen that no one ever thought, like, oh, yeah, we need security for that. That's not a thing that you prep for. That's not a thing no one would ever expect. That just doesn't happen. But it did happen. So it's like, oh shit. Okay. I guess we need security. It's like, never would I ever have expected there to need to be Jeff Keighley security guards because of the Bill Clinton kid. And by the way, these were not here last year. If you're thinking, how the fuck is you comparing this to this? Were they there last year? They were not. There were no guards like this. And if there were guards last year, they were definitely not built like these guys. These guys were built. These are the type of guys that fold you to a pretzel and roll you out the door like a fucking bowling ball. These guys were built. You were not fucking them up. Fucking, you would need Kratos to take these guys down. Like fucking, the guy who plays Kratos, I forget his name already, but you would need him to do it. But yeah. It was really goofy. And he was there, and I was like, holy moly, he's there. What do we do? But nothing happened, obviously. He didn't get anything. Actually, wait, little update, actually. I just realized this. Last thing about the Bill Clinton kid. At the end of it, he tweeted that he got a paper from a guard, apparently, or somebody, basically reminding him that, he was a good boy this time. He actually, like, watched the Game Awards and didn't do anything weird to my knowledge. I could be wrong. But they gave him the paper reminding him he is banned from here, and he can't actually be there. But, I don't know. He'll probably be there every year, if I'm being honest with you. I think he'll be there every year, but he got reminded he's not supposed to be there, so I guarantee they're going to be looking out for him now. More than they did this year. Just to make sure he can't do anything. Because I bet this year he went to go see how much the security is bumped up, just so next year he could show up to see, like, what he could do. But, yeah, he made it in. Maybe next year he won't get in because they, like, noticed he went in and they gave him the paper and everything. And they kept him, like, okay because he was a good boy. Maybe he'll make it in and somehow, like, get in without people noticing. Or maybe he will, I don't know, fucking get kicked out right away. But either way, really goofy. Did not expect him to be there. Honestly, I thought they would have that place like locked down and kick him out even if they saw him midway through the thing, but I guess because he was being a good boy, they kept him there. Either way, not Elden Ring. Muppets. I wrote Muppets down. I forget what Muppet was there, but there was a Muppet there. Particularly a Muppet and its chicken. Is it Gonzo? I think it was Gonzo. I don't remember, but there was a Muppet there, and it was really funny because yeah, the Muppets. Muppets are cool. I don't know what this is about. I've talked about this with my friends before. What Muppets at every Game Award at this point? Like, what the fuck is going on with the Muppets? I don't believe me. We love to see the Muppets. We love the Muppets. But what of all things to have at the Game Awards? We got the Muppets. Believe me, there ain't no one better than the Muppets too. I want to keep pointing this out because I'm not shitting on the Muppets. I don't want to look like I'm shitting on the Muppets. I'm just so surprised of all things the Muppets. Like, what the fuck? Who did you talk to get the Muppets? Who was the guy who came up with bringing the Muppets? I want to know the lore behind this. I'm interested. Like, what? Who do you call to get the Muppets? That's such a, like, wacky thing. This isn't, like, Elmo and shit. This is the Muppets. This is Kermit the Frog's crew. It's like, what the fuck are you doing here? We love him there. He talked, the one Muppet that was there talked about playing Tears of a Kingdom, which is really funny, and he had his chicken, and that was cool, I guess, but I was just so confused. I'm like, why is this guy here? It's more just interesting to be like, what the fuck are you here for? Like, you go off, King, but I don't know. I was just so confused. This is a very short topic. I just really didn't know what to talk about it, honestly. I just saw that and I was like, what the fuck's going on with this? Either way, though. Next topic. This topic I didn't write down, but I want to talk about it. There was a new game that was announced that really caught my eye. Really caught my eye. And it was made by the guys who made No Man's Sky. They are working on another game, which really surprised me. Because the last time I thought the guy said he would never work on another game except for No Man's Sky for the rest of the time. And they are making more stuff for No Man's Sky. They're not dropping it. They are still very much at hard work for that game. But they have confirmed that there is a new game coming. And actually, I could give you the name for it here. So if anyone's interested, you can look into it. It is called Light No Fire. And it's basically like kind of like Ark and a bunch of other stuff, I guess. It's like medieval Ark, I guess you could call it. Or not Ark. It's like Ark in No Man's Sky got put into one big game, but I guess some like RPG elements of Baldur's Gate. But it's this giant planet that has so much fucking detail, especially by the trailer. The trailer looks nuts. And it looks insane. It basically looks like Ark and fucking Baldur's Gate and a bunch of other fucking games had a baby. And it's on one planet. But it has the detail of No Man's Sky. Of all the things they've crafted. And I am very much excited about it. I love the guys that make No Man's Sky. I always had faith that they would fix the game up eventually, which they did. And that game's the best space game I've ever played now. Nothing comes close to it. I can recommend, even before this comes out, I'm going to pre-order it. I'm gonna pre-order it. I will pre-order this game. I have not pre-ordered a game in a hot minute. I think it's been about 5 years since I pre-ordered a game, because that's when like I realized pre-ordering is stupid. But this is one of those rare few games I'm actually debating on it. I probably won't, honestly. I'm saying it now, but it's probably just the hype in the moment. But when it actually comes out, I might actually get it. Like, day one. It's been a while since I got a game day one, but this game really caught my eye, and I'm excited. I think they learned their lesson from No Man's Sky, that the game came out, very much unfinished and unpolished and mid, but many years have gone by. It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years, I believe, that they've been working on this game, in particular No Man's Sky, and I think they learned their lesson. I don't think they will drop this game the same way No Man's Sky did. They will not. No one would ever buy another game of theirs if they did it. No one would trust them. So I don't think they're going to fuck up. That was the thing that caught my eye, though. And I guess the final thing I want to talk about for this episode is a short one, but it's a game I'll be playing a lot more of because it came out. I've been waiting a long time for this game to come out, and it finally came out. It is called The Finals. And I am super happy it finally came out. It's basically just like, I had to look at the game, honestly. That's why I closed Minecraft for a second there, but really cool game. Basically just rob banks in the game together, like these secret vaults and shit. Grab the things for like the safe. kill other people trying to get the same safe as you. If you kill them, they turn into coins and shit. There's a heavy, medium, light class. They all do different things in different maps and shit with different like environments that allow you to do different stuff like traversal and everything. And you basically, your goal is to make as much money as possible by the end, and you win. There's other game modes too, but that's the one that I played, and I've been waiting for this game for a minute now. It's made by a couple developers, I believe Rainbow Six Siege developers, and maybe some Division developers, if I remember correctly. But cool guys working on it. It looks cool, sounds cool, and I'm excited. So that's a game I'll be playing a lot more. I already downloaded it, got a win already. It was fun. I had a great time. Highly recommend it. It's free. So if you're on Steam, I think it's free everywhere, actually. I believe it's free everywhere. If anything, fact check me. It might be on console, but I believe it's only PC. I could be wrong. But, cool game. Completely free. Very much recommend. But, I think that's it. This concludes this episode of the Igloo. The special episode of the Game Awards. I give this Game Awards, honestly, an 8 or a 9 out of 10, leaning towards a 9, purely because of how much good shit there was there for me for once, that I enjoyed. And I wasn't bored, I didn't fall asleep through it. But yeah, that's this episode of the Igloo. Thank you for watching.